Welcome back. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business, where our goal is to see you succeed. Our guest is Mugure Githuku of AMSCO. Karibu sana. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you, Catherine. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, who is here to discuss about special challenges that are faced by women in business. AMSCO has dealt with women in business for a very long time. What are the special challenges women face in business?
I'd say generally, you will find that almost all women in business will mention several consistent challenges. The first one, and I think it's the most obvious one, is the lack of access to finance. A lot of women will want to grow their business at some point, once the business has stabilized. And often, in order to grow your business and take your business to the next level, you will need some sort of financing or some sort of funding. And I cannot count the number of women who've sat across from me and told me, this is my plan, this is what I'd like to do, and I really am looking for financing, but I can't seem to be able to get the financing.
And what are the reasons for that?
Interestingly enough, women have two big things that work against them, business women. The first is that traditionally, security, assets in the family are listed in the man's name. So you will find that if the woman's business is registered, it's more often than not registered in her name and or her husband's name. But the security, the assets that the family owns are often registered in the husband's name. And when it's time to borrow money in a bank, in a financing institution, and for business financing, you will almost always require security. You find that the security that is being offered is in the man's name, which presents special challenges because then you would have to have the man sign over or agree for that asset to be used as security. But the truth is that more often than not, the man will not even allow the woman to use this asset for security.
Yeah.
And the end result of this is that the woman then ends up getting a much smaller loan. One of the things that women need to know is that the cash flows in your business, the money that goes in and out of your account, is one of the things that the financiers look at when determining your ability to pay. So often they can use those cash flows to determine a loan amount to give you that will be unsecured, but it will often be far less than what you would be looking for to grow your business.
Do you find that women are also challenged by generally the society's attitude of them being in business?
Absolutely. One of the things that is unique, again, about the training programs that we offer at AMSCO for women is that these training programs are engendered. Engendered basically meaning that the program is approached with a gender bias or agenda aspect. And one of the things that we always like to ensure the women know right from the beginning is that it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you have as much chance of success as anybody else. And we find, of course, out of Nairobi, it's different. Out of the urban centers, it's a lot more entrenched that there are specific industries that women should work in and other industries that men should work in or women shouldn't work in. But we are very deliberate about ensuring that the women are clear that it doesn't matter which industry you're in. We then now take it a step further because it is true that when you're sitting around a table, there are 5 men and you're the only woman. And it's 5 p.m. You're supposed to be at home, but the men don't have to be at home because their wives are taking care of business at home. There are challenges like these that the women will face. But the best thing about training a group of women is that often you find the solutions coming from within the women at the training. And you find that the challenges that these women are grappling with, how to deal with other men, how to compete in this space where it's, a male-dominated field, they get lots of good advice from that, yeah? The one thing that I like to also, and I would like to encourage as many women as possible to remember, is that you don't have to pretend to be like a man to compete with a man. You don't have to wear the trousers, so to speak. You can wear your dress, you can still be feminine and compete with a man in the same space. The thing is, are you professional? Are you delivering? At the end of the day, is your business doing what you said it will do? Because if it is, at the end of the day, the customer doesn't care whether the business is run by a man or by a woman. And eventually you start to build a name for yourself. But it's when you start off on the right footing and you think, I've got to be like a man to compete with a man. That's the wrong attitude from the get-go.
Okay, and the men feel that.
Yes, and I remember going for one of these talks by a prominent woman who I will not mention, and she said that whenever she's going for a meeting and she knows that she's going into a meeting where it's predominantly men, she will make sure she goes into that meeting when she's looking her most feminine. Because even the man is not interested in trying to deal with another man, another, a pseudo man. He's not interested in doing that. So anyway, bottom line, you don't have to pretend to be a man. You can still compete in that male-dominated field. Be feminine, but just be professional. Just deliver. Do what it is that you said you would do when you said you would do it, and don't try and think that anybody owes you anything because you're a woman.
Thanks, Mugure. It is important that women know that they are a force to reckon with once they are aware of that kind of information that you've just shared with us. Thank you for your time.
Karibu sana, Catherine. It was great to be back.
Thank you for watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Have a blessed week.
Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank, your listening caring partner.